So the brushes that I use are things that I don't really care about messing up or mixing colors and all that other stuff, because obviously you don't want to use good expensive brushes that you're just going to ruin. So I use brushes like travel brushes or something that I don't really care about. I use a foundation that I don't use that much, and I just use things that I save, like the last bit of something or things that I don't use anymore, so I can do things like this. So yeah, use a sponge to dot on where I'm going to put the burn wound, and it's just going to be scattered. I just take like a piece of toilet paper like this and just split it up as thin as possible. And for burn wounds, you kind of want to crinkle it a little, like not making it perfect or trying to blend it into your skin, but I personally like it to try to blend into my skin just a little bit, so when I put the foundation on, it won't look fake or anything like that. So yeah, I split these up as thin as possible, and what I do is just kind of break them up and make them kind of ragged edge like this, so it could blend and stick better. And I'm just going to start off with one layer, and you have to let it dry between layers, especially when you're applying the foundation. You have to make sure every single thing is dry, because you apply a lot of glue. At least I apply a lot of glue, so I know that it will stick and my camera ran out of memory, so I had to delete a bunch of stuff, and now I am back. And right now I just picked apart one layer, or depends where I'm putting everything, maybe, yeah, about 1 to 2 layer of toilet paper. And right now I'm just going to use this sponge to dab the glue all over the spots that I want to look burned. So now I'm going to take a small piece of toilet paper and just stick it where I put the glue. That's how it looks like with another layer. And now I'm just going to apply another thing of toilet paper. Okay, so now that I applied enough layers to dry and set so I can apply the foundation and all the cool stuff, I'm just gonna let these two things dry and I'll come right back. So now that I covered it with foundation, as you can see, you can like barely look close, you can see it though. I covered it really well with foundation and patted it flat with a powder puff and some powder. This is the palette I'm going to be using for the colors and the wounds and stuff like that. And mostly we're going to stick to this area, the darker areas. And right now I'm just going to take a powder brush and kind of make the areas where I want red. You can do this after you open up the wound part, but so I won't tear anything, I'm just going to go ahead and apply the color. So here's where it gets a little bit tricky. You want to make almost kind of like a boil that popped, or like a circular area. You don't want to just have an opening, you want to have like a circular area. So that's why I have scissors and tweezers. You can make the circular shape with just tweezers, but for me, so I don't tear any of the paper off my face, just so I don't tear any of the paper off my face, I'm actually going to use the scissors to cut out the circular shape once I tear open the paper. That's going to be a little bit tricky. Okay, so as you can see, this is what I got. There is 2 holes right here, and there is 1 giant hole right here. This red and these darker purples is kind of like a bruising. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to take a dark brown lipstick like this, and mix it in with the light red right here to start with the base color for the inside of the wound. Okay, so once you have the red, I'm going to be taking a very dark brown and the red and kind of do it all around the edges of the hole to make it look deeper. The plan for this is to make it look as gross as possible. And you want to apply that also to the outer part and kind of flick it almost like the skin is real damaged because of the burn. Now taking more of a fluffier brush like this, I'm actually just going to mix the dark brown lipstick and the red and kind of create irritation marks around the wounds. Oh yeah.